A big admission and big regrets from a top Justice Department official.
I regret that in April of 2010 that I did not draw the connection between Wide Receiver and Fast and Furious. And moreover, I regret that even in earlier this year that I didn't draw that connection.
Assistant Attorney General Lanny Breuer telling Congress today that he should have taken more aggressive action to stop the government's repeated use of controversial gun-walking tactics. But will Breuer, taking the blame, give more senior officials like Attorney General Eric Holder off the hook? Congressional Quarterly Homeland Security Editor Rob Margetta joins us. Nice to see you, Rob.
Thank you for having me.
Were the members of Congress particularly impressed with Lanny's admission?
They seemed impressed by his admission in the sense that they appreciated it. I don't think it's going to help the Justice Department any further than that, though.
What did he know? When did he know it? Well,
what he knew was about a previous operation called Wide Receiver in 2007. A
gun walking as well?
Counter gun running, but where there was alleged gun walking, this idea of guns flowing into Mexico with the ATF knowing about it and not doing anything. He found out about this last year as Fast and Furious was actually happening. He actually told his staff to talk to the ATF, say that these tactics were problematic, unacceptable.
What is that? Did he say what problematic, unacceptable? That's not like saying don't do it. I mean, is it? I mean, it's a little bit like sort of squishy.
It is a little bit squishy. He made it very clear in this hearing, though, that he did not find these. I mean, unacceptable sort of means. He did not like these tactics. He let the ATF know. According to Breuer, the ATF acknowledged it while Fast and Furious was still going on using this same tactic and actually at a much larger scale.
When did he seem to realize that it was really not a good idea?
He certainly seemed to know it in this hearing. I mean, he seemed to say that he knew that this was a problem as soon as he heard about the Wide Receiver investigation last year, and Fast and Furious he knew was a big problem earlier this year. He said he did not speak up. I should point out, at that point, there really wouldn't be much that he could have done because it would have already happened. The cat was out of the bag at that point.
Except for one thing, is that he found out when, in April of this year? Is that when he sort of had the thought?
Well, he was saying as soon as it went public.
Which was when? About when?
January.
All right, so since January until now, there's sort of been cat and mouse game between Justice Department and Capitol Hill. So, I mean, his failure or inability or whatever it is to come forward, I mean, he certainly knew that they wanted to know what was going on.
His expression of regret was really that he last year didn't take this to the wider Justice Department. He went to the ATF, he said this is a problem. He was saying I probably should have gone to the Attorney General, to the Deputy Attorney General, so they maybe could have issued some sort of broad edict to stop using this tactic.
Were any members of Congress of the same sort of thinking I am, like, why didn't you tell us sooner? We've been trying to get this information, and it's now November 1? You
know, at this point, I think a lot of them were appreciative to have a Justice Department official who is that frank with them.
Wow. All right. Attorney General Eric Holder, is he mentioned at all? Because I mean, Lanny Breuer is the one below Eric Holder, so the only place above him would be Eric Holder.
Well, the Attorney General is scheduled to testify next month. In December, and he's certainly a part of all these hearings. He's brought up constantly. It is obvious that Senator Grassley, Representative Issa really do want to hear what he knew and when. What do they want at this point? What does the committee want out of them? And what are they digging for? Well, the committee got something that they wanted today, which was in February, Justice contacted Senator Grassley and said, we have taken every effort to stop guns from crossing the border. And this gave Senator Grassley a chance to say, well, if you knew in last year and nothing changed, well, you clearly haven't taken every effort. This was a tactic that was used in 2007 and then used again in 2010. Well, so, I guess I'm just surprised that Lanny Breuer has sort of been sitting there quiet. At least it appears has been, rather slow to getting the information to Congress. But anyway, Rob, thank you. Hope you come back.